basically they are divisive, self-centered activity. That inevitably must bring contradiction and, the whole business of relationship and conflict. And I wonder if the psychologists have tackled that problem. That the self is the origin, the beginning of all contradiction, divisive activity, self-centered activity, and so on.
No. I think that the way the psychiatrists and psychologists look at this is that the problem is to have an adequate self.
Adequate self?
Yeah.
Which means what?
Defining normality.
A self that is functioning
sufficiently.
Efficiently.
Yeah.
Which means furthering more misery.
Notice that the thing that you are up to is that you are always trying to find some other person to make your life be whole.
Yes, I depend on somebody.
Yes, deeply.
Deeply.
And you don't even know that.
Yes.
So I disturb you. I tell you that that's what's going on. I show you you're doing it with me.
Yes.
I show you you're doing it with your husband.
Yes.
Now, is that sufficiently deep?
No.
Why?
What have you shown me? A verbal picture.
No, not verbal. Not verbal.
Will be
Okay.
a verbal picture,
Yeah.
an argument, a thing which tells me that I'm dishonest. Or whatever you take. That leaves me where?
Well, if it's verbal, it just gives you more knowledge about yourself.
That's all. Knowledge about myself.
Yeah.
Will knowledge transform me?
No.
No. Be careful, sir. Careful. Then why do I come to you?
Well, not so that I can give you knowledge. You come thinking that maybe somehow I have some answers because other people, because the society is set up
Why
so that...
don't you tell me? All, do it yourself. Don't depend on me. Go into it. Find out. Stir.
Okay, I tell you that. I tell you, go into it yourself. And you say to me,
I can't do
I
it.
don't know what you're talking about.
That's just it.
Yeah.
So how will you help me to go into myself and not depend on you? You understand my question?
Yes.
Please, I'm not the state depending. Security.
Yeah.
Where is security? Is there such a thing as security?
Well, I have these experiences as... Okay.
Is it the psychologists don't think holistically? Are only concerned with solving individual problems?
Yes, they are concerned with solving individual problems.
So therefore they're not thinking human suffering as a whole.
Right.
A particular suffering of X who is very depressed.
Right. For particular reasons.
For particular reasons.
Right.
We don't inquire into what is depression. Why human beings all over the world are depressed.
Or we don't try and tackle that as a single problem. We try and tackle it with this particular individual who comes in.
Therefore, you are still really, if I may point out, I may be wrong,
Yes.
you are emphasizing his particular suffering and so sustaining it.
Now, can we get clear on that?
I come to you.
Yes.
I'm depressed
Yes.
for various reasons which you know.
Yes.
And you tell me, by talking to me,
Uh-huh.
etc., you have the whole business of coming to you and all that. You tell me, my depression is the depression of the world.
Yeah, I don't tell you that. I tell you that your depression...
That's what, when you tell me that, are you not helping me to carry on with this individualistic depression? And therefore, my depression, not your depression,
Yes.
is my depression, which I either cherish or want to dissolve.
Yes.
Which means I'm only concerned with myself.
Yes.
Myself, I come back to that.
Yes, it's within the context of yourself.
Self.
Yeah.
So basically they're divisive, self-centered activity. That inevitably must bring contradiction and, the whole business of relationship and conflict.